Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Okay, so today I will teach you on how to write your research proposal on Overleaf. Okay, remember you need to write your research proposal on Overleaf. Okay, no more Word file. Okay, so first can you go to this website overleaf.com/login. Okay, so you can register using your Google Mail. Okay, so once you already register, okay, you can log in with Google Mail. And then since you don't have any project yet, so semua ni akan jadi kosong lah. Okay, so since this is my project, so sebab tu saya punya ni ada list of the project. Okay, and then you can go to the link, okay, that I gave you. Okay, so it will go to the FYP proposal here. Okay, so this is the template of the FYP proposal. Okay, we will use this template, okay, for your research proposal. Okay, so nanti you betulkan lah, okay, title of FYP, okay, the name of the members. Okay, so saya nak ajar how to write your research proposal using LaTeX. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, you right click dekat tanda arrow ni. Okay, open in a new tab. Okay, so we create a new project. Okay, a blank project. Okay, so you can give any name. Okay, so let's say saya letak sini FYP. FYP example. Okay, so you boleh bagi nama apa-apa dah, tak ada masalah. Your project. Okay, and then create. Okay. Since okay, first copy this one first. Okay, copy line number 1 until line 144. Okay, right click copy, pergi dekat yang template ni tadi. Okay, copy from line 1 to line 144. Okay, so ni semua ni buang kecuali yang end document ni. Okay, and then paste. Okay. You can try to recompile and see what happened. Okay. Dia kosong lagi lah sebab kita tak mula apa-apa lagi. Okay. Tapi kalau you tengok, kenapa tak ada gambar ni? Okay, kemudian nanti saya akan ajar. Okay, how to add logo here. Okay, sebab tadi you copy paste, gambar tu tadi ada dalam template ni. Okay, template ni you tak boleh edit. Okay, sebab saya dah setting you tak boleh edit. Okay, so you kena copy paste, okay, in a new project. Okay, if you want to start with a new chapter, okay, you type backslash and then chapter. Tulis chapter, okay. And then curly bracket. Okay, actually kalau you boleh je guna dekat sini. Klik dekat sini, okay. And then type chapter 1 is introduction. Okay, and then recompile. Okay. So automatically dekat table of content dah ada chapter 1 introduction. Okay, and then dekat dalam, actually this is PDF file, lupa saya nak beritahu. This is the PDF file, okay, and then this is the source of coding. Actually you akan tulis you punya coding dekat sini, okay, and then bila you klik recompile, okay, all the output will be appear here. Dia akan keluar dalam bentuk PDF file. Dekat sini ni, kalau you klik dekat sini, you akan download PDF file, okay, the output here. Okay. And then if you want to create a section, okay, backslash section. Okay, and then let's say the first one is the background of study. Okay, kita recompile here. Okay, so automatically dia akan keluar dekat sini lah background of study. Okay, so you can start to write the background of study. Okay, for example, let's say you want to do a research, okay, related to the depression. Okay, so you can start with give a definition of depression. Okay, depression is a mental disorder, blah 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 lah. Okay, so that will be under your background of study. Okay, how to write a background of study. Okay, let's say if your research is to determine factors, okay, that lead to the depression, so your background of study is supposed to be about a depression. Okay, don't highlight about the factors yet. Okay, just tell about a depression. Okay, give a definition. Okay, give a situation about the depression overall, in general. Okay, is it a worldwide problem? Okay, and then focus in Malaysia. Okay, from general to specific. Okay, after you write a background of study, okay, the next section is the problem statement. Okay, section problem statement. Okay, recompile. Okay, so dia akan automatically keluar lah. Okay, the problem statement. Okay, so how to write a problem statement? Actually, problem statement is a continuity from the background of study. Okay, so you must have a reason why uh, the research need to be done, the consequences. Okay, yang ni pun saya dah ajar dekat dalam chapter 2 lah. Okay, how to write a problem statement. You need to give an evidence. How large is the problem? How severe is the problem? Okay, by provide a statistic. Okay, 60% okay of the Malaysians are having a mental disorder problem, for example. That is just an example lah. Okay, so and then you should be able to put a gap. Okay, gap maksudnya dekat sini orang lain dah pernah dah, kita tahu orang lain dah pernah buat depression. We know that there are the factors of that lead to the depression are, let's say, burn out, and then apa lagi, quality of life. That are some of the factors. Okay, but there are some area that never been studied yet. Okay, it could be other factors, okay, that never been studied, or other type of target population. Okay, contoh sebelum ni dia buat depression among doctors, okay, tapi dia tak pernah lagi buat depression among children, okay, among student, ataupun dah pernah buat among student tapi tak pernah buat depression among student during the MCO. Okay, so that might interest you to study why the cases are increased. Contohnya depression lah, kenapa orang makin depressed. So you want to determine the factors. So you should put in the problem statement. Okay, mesti kena highlight apa yang orang lain tak pernah buat, and then what you are intend to do. Okay, that will be the gap of your research. Okay, maksudnya kita tak adalah repeat balik apa yang orang lain dah buat. Okay, kita buat benda yang sama tapi mungkin on the different type of population, ataupun kita buat on the same type of population tapi kita tambah another factors. Mungkin ada satu factor yang tak dikenal pasti dan kita we try to add these new factors. Okay, and then testing whether this factor lead to the depression or not. Okay, so that must be in the problem statement. Okay. And then after that, after you write a problem statement, okay, and then you come up with the section of research objective. Okay, research objective nanti saya akan ajar kemudian. And then after research objective, okay, you come up with the research hypothesis. Okay, research hypothesis is only if you do correlation analysis, okay, or you want to find the difference, okay, if there is any hypothesis that you want to test, then you can have a research hypothesis, okay, but in some cases, okay, or in some research, you are not doing any research, you don't have any research hypothesis, so you tak payah letak research hypothesis lah, okay, and then followed by after research objective, okay, and then you come up with the section with the significance of study. Okay, significance of study pun nanti kemudian saya akan bagi tahulah how to write a significance of study. Significance of study actually is the contribution, how your research contribute, okay, to the society, to the students, to the organization, and also to the body of knowledge. Okay, so maybe perhaps other researcher can use your research for further study. Okay, and then if after that, to start a new chapter, okay, so let's say the second chapter is the literature review. Okay, so you type here chapter literature review. Okay, so dia akan start in a new page lah, your literature review. Okay. Okay, in LaTeX, okay, macam mana kalau saya nak tulis ada equation? Okay, actually you can Google. Okay, selain daripada Google, saya akan ajar sikit lah how to write an equation, okay, in LaTeX. For example, you nak tulis, bukan dalam background of study lah, let's say you nak tulis dalam methodology, okay, you want to write LaTeX, okay. Kalau dia variable, kena ada dollar sign, LaTeX is a random variable okay, from normal distribution. Okay, so you nak tulis dia dalam bentuk number, mesti kena ada dollar sign, okay, normal distribution, okay, and then let's say you nak tulis mean, okay, now you nak tulis dia punya symbol mu tu kan, okay, mu backslash and then type mu, okay, and then you nak ada standard deviation tu kan. Okay, katakan you nak sigma backslash, tulis sigma, dia punya simbol dia sigma. Okay. So, you akan tulis macam ni lah. Okay. So, kalau saya run dia, recompile. Okay. So, dia akan keluar macam ni. Okay. And then, kalau you nak tulis dalam bentuk equation, okay, and the regression coefficient can be computed using the following formula. Koefisien ketinggal. Okay, so you can type here begin. Okay, begin equation. Ambil yang ni, begin equation. Okay, so let's say you nak tulis equation of the regression coefficient. Okay, so regression coefficient formula dia sekejap ya, saya cari. Okay, regression coefficient formula. Okay, so this is the regression coefficient formula. Okay, yang B ni. Okay, so saya nak tulis equation yang ni. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so I type here beta. Okay, 1. Okay, is equal to okay, frac. Sebab dia ada atas bawah kan. So kita ada kita buat pecahan, fraction. Okay, ambil ini frac. Yang atas dia, remember the equation, this is the equation. Okay, and this one. Okay. And okay, multiply by summation, tulis sum. Okay, sum of X and Y. Okay, ataupun kalau you nak tulis summation, okay, from I equal to 1, okay, until N for example pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Okay, XY minus, okay, tengok formula dia, summation X, summation Y. Okay, oh sorry. So sum of, sama juga ambil yang tadi tu, from I equal to 1, okay, until N. Okay, and then multiply by, saya ambil of X. Okay, and then saya ambil ini balik semula. Copy and then paste here. Ini tukar jadi Y. Okay. So this is the numerator, okay, yang atas tu. Okay, so for the numerator, this is the formula, and summation X squared minus summation X, okay, dalam kurungan kuasa 2. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so you can type here sum of I, okay, square bracket I equal to 1. Okay, nak atas tu tulis, ambil ini hat until N. Okay, and then type X, okay, squared and then minus, okay, sebab dia ada dalam bracket kan, so dalam bracket sum of summation of I from 1, okay, to N, and then what we want here is the X, sorry, X, okay, and then kuasa 2. Okay, and then recompile. Okay, So this is how it is supposed to look like. Okay, your equation. Okay. So when you write the equation in LaTeX, okay, dia nampak lagi cantik lah, and automatically dia akan tulis dekat sini. This is equation 1.1. Okay. So if you have another equation, let's say sebelum ni katakan you ada equation lain, okay, so automatically nanti dia akan bertukar dekat sini. Okay. So you don't have to change manually. Okay. And then you can put a label here. Okay. So let's say this is regression. Okay. Reg coefficient. Okay. Bagi je apa-apa nama. So that bila you nak refer, okay, for example, let's say according to, dia boleh guna ref. Okay. Ref. Dekat sini, label tadi reg coef ni. Okay. So bila you run dia, so automatically dia akan tulis terus 1.1. Dia akan refer terus equation ni. Tapi kalau equation, you kena type here equation. So this is only for equation. Kena ada EQREF. Okay, untuk equation. Sebabnya kita nak dia dalam kurungan. According to equation. So bila kita tulis according to equation, dia akan dalam kurungan lah 1.1. This is only for equation. Okay. And then, let's say, okay, you ada table. Okay, you want to create a table. So, how to do that? Okay. So, let's say saya nak create table. Ada 2 kolom. Okay. Satu about statistik, satu about parameter. Okay. So, saya nak tengok simbol untuk statistik and then simbol for parameter. Okay. So, let's say is saya nak buat table. Okay. So, how to do that? Okay. So, backslash begin. So, letak table. Okay. So, automatic dia akan keluar macam ni lah. Okay. So, nanti dekat sini dia ada satu square bracket. Okay, dekat sini saya nak you letak H. Okay. Kenapa you kena letak H? Okay. Kalau you tak letak H dekat situ, capital H, nanti dia akan floating. Maksudnya dia akan pergi ke mana-mana you punya table tu. Tapi kalau you nak hit you punya table tu at a specific place, okay, maksudnya you nak memang table tu lepas ayat according to equation EQREF ni, okay. So, you kena letak capital H dekat situ. Okay. So, begin tabular. C ni center lah. Okay. Ini ni maksudnya you ada 2 kolom. Okay. Tapi kalau you nak tambah lagi 1 kolom. Okay. So, you tambah C. And then yang tanda straight tu. Okay. Tapi kalau you tak nak dia ada garis. Okay. Actually, you boleh buang yang tanda ni. So, nanti dia takkan ada garis lah. Tapi saya akan tunjuk kemudian. Okay. So, let's say saya punya title of the, saya punya table. Okay. So, saya nak ada simbol. Okay. And then saya nak parameter. Okay. And then the third column is for statistic. Okay. So, let's say untuk mean. Okay. So, kita punya simbol untuk parameter adalah mu. Okay. Remember, kalau simbol, dia mesti kena ada dollar sign in between. Okay. Kalau you tak letak dollar sign in between, dia tak keluar lah. Okay. And, okay, kalau statistik, X bar lah. Kalau parameter for population, kita tulis mu. Kalau untuk statistik, kita tulis X bar. Okay. So, dollar sign X bar. So, kita type bar square bracket X. Okay, and then double backspace. Okay. And then let's say standard deviation. Okay. Kalau untuk parameter, okay, kita pakai sigma. Okay, backslash sigma. Okay. Kalau untuk statistik, kita pakai S. Okay. And then kalau you nak letak tajuk table, okay, tajuk table mesti dekat atas. Okay, kita tak letak tajuk table dekat bawah. Kalau figure, yes, kita letak dekat bawah. Tapi kalau table, kita kena letak dekat atas. Okay, so kita letak before dekat sini, begin tabular ni. Paste, okay. So bagi tajuk lah. Katakan this is about symbol of parameter and statistic. Okay. And kita boleh letak label. Okay, katakanlah table ni is about the symbol. So tulis dia. You can give any name. Katakan saya labelkan dia sebagai symbol. Okay. And then run what we get here. Okay. So this is the table. Oh, tapi kalau you tengok dekat sini, dia punya line ni dekat sini dengan dekat sini saja. Sebab kita letak line dekat sini dengan dekat sini. Kalau kita nak ada line dekat sini dengan dekat sini, so kita letak tanda straight ni dekat sini. And also here. Okay, at the beginning. So nanti semua ni akan ada line. Okay. Kalau kita nak ada line dekat atas ni, how to do that? Okay, so backslash, tulis h line. Okay. Sama juga dengan dekat sini. Backslash h line. Okay. Sebab kita nak antara dua ni ada line dengan dekat bawah ni sekali ada line. Okay, so how to do that? Backslash h line. Okay. And then run. Okay. So this is the table. Okay. And then kalau you rasa macam contohnya dia punya tajuk table ni dekat sangat dengan kita punya table. Okay. Actually kita boleh betulkan. Okay. So how to do that? Okay. Bawah caption tu backslash tulis V space. Okay. So kita nak dia jarak dia berapa meter, berapa milimeter. Katakan 2 milimeter. Okay. So tulis backslash V space 2 mm. And then recompile. Okay. So nampak dia makin jarak lah. Kalau you rasa macam tak cukup, tambah jadi 5 mm contohnya. Recompile. Okay. So you can adjust, okay, the distance, okay, of the title and the table. Okay. And then let's say you nak refer, okay, from table, okay, ref. Kalau table tak payah ada kurungan tu lah. Bila tak ada kurungan, kita pakai ref. Okay. From table, ref, okay, symbol. Okay. So kita buat explanation lah. Okay. So automatically, okay, dia akan terus baca. This is actually table 1.1. Okay. Sama juga dengan figure. Okay. Kalau ada figure ni kalau ada gambar lah. Okay. Contohlah, katakanlah saya nak cari ada graph. Okay. Let's say saya nak ambil histogram. Okay. Katalah this histogram. Okay. So saya save dulu image. Okay. Save image as, let's say, histogram. Okay. PNG. Okay. So you boleh letaklah dekat mana-mana. Okay. Saya letak je dekat download ni. Tak ada masalah. Save. Just save saja. Okay. And then after that, okay, you come up with a new folder. Ni untuk gambar saja ya, untuk figure. Okay, so you tulis images. Okay, kenapa saya create images? Okay, sebab semua gambar dia punya path dia akan melalui images. Okay, kalau you tak nak nama folder you images, actually you boleh tukar nama gambar ke, tapi dekat sini pun kena tulis gambar. Okay, so this will be the location of your figure, of your gambar lah. Okay, so therefore, okay, bila you nak install you punya gambar, okay, you pergi dekat yang tanda 3 titik ni, okay, and then upload file. Okay, so select your computer sebab tadi dah install. Okay, you dah install tadi dekat dalam download. Okay, which is the histogram. Okay, and then open. Okay, so therefore, okay, bila you nak letak gambar dalam you punya proposal. Okay, so how to do that? So you can type here begin, /begin. Tulis dekat sini. Begin figure. Okay. Sama juga dekat sini kan you kena letak H, capital H. Okay. In a square bracket H supaya dia tak lari. Okay. Kalau tak nanti dia akan floating lah. Okay. Include graphic. Okay. So you nak letak gambar apa? Okay. So tadi histogram kan. So you tulis H je. So nanti dia akan bagi list of the image yang sesuai dengan you punya kriteria lah. Okay, dekat sini automatically bila you letak H, dia terus keluar histogram. Tapi sebab kita cuma ada satu saja gambar, so definitely satu ni je lah histogram ni. Okay, caption. Okay, you can type here distribution of respondent age. Okay. So label his age, contohnya histogram H kan. You boleh bagi apa-apa nama pun. Okay, and then recompile. Okay. So ni you punya graph lah. Okay. And then katakanlah, okay, you punya graph ni kecil. Okay, you nak besarkan dia ke? Okay. So actually you can go to, sekejap ya, saya dah lupa dia punya coding dia sekejap ya. Kalau untuk graph, okay, you boleh adjust dia punya size dia. Okay. Letak dekat before include graphics. Paste. Okay. And then run. Okay. So kalau you nak kecilkan dia lagi, let's say jadikan dia 0.5. Okay, so dia akan jadi kecil lah. Okay, so you can adjust, okay, the size of the image here. Okay, and then if you want to write a reference, okay, for example here, let's say, okay, figure, REF, okay. So tadi kita ada histogram ni kan, okay. Shows, okay, the distribution, blah 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 blah. Okay, so if we recompile, okay, so tulis kat sini lah, figure 1.1 shows the distribution. So automatically dia akan terus refer to this figure. Okay. And then macam tadi gambar tadi tak ada kan? Okay. So kalau kata you nak ada gambar dekat sini, okay, you boleh search, okay, you boleh pergi Google logo UiTM. Okay, so ambil yang ini, yang tak ada perkataan, memang logo semata-mata, this one. Okay, and then you can save the image. Okay, so let's say saya save the image as, tulislah nama dia logo. It can be JPEG, PNG, tak ada masalah. It depends. Okay, so let's say sebab dekat sini saya punya, dekat sini, tak apalah saya ambil PNG dulu, tak apa, save. PNG. Okay, dekat sini. Okay, saya punya ni dekat images. Nanti saya nak install dia dekat folder images. Okay, saya punya file nama dia logo.png. Okay, so sama juga macam tadi. Okay, klik dekat 3 titik ni. Okay, upload file. Select from your computer. So saya nak yang logo ni. Nama dia logo. Okay, so that when you click recompile, so dah keluarlah you punya graph, you punya ni, apa ke logo ni nanti. Okay, tapi ni kemudian pun tak apa. Okay, next, okay, how to write a citation. Okay, so to write a citation, okay, you kena ada bib text. Okay, how to write a bib text. Okay, so you kena ada satu file yang baru, new file here. Okay, nama dia yang you tulis macam ni, bibliography.bib sini. Okay, so new file, tulis bukan .text, you tulis ni bibliography.bib. Okay, oh dia keluar dekat images ni ke? Okay, saya tak nak dekat sini, delete dulu. Okay, saya nak dia keluar dekat luar ni. Okay, so type balik semula, bibliography.bib. Okay, so dia keluar dekat sini. Okay, so how to write a citation? Okay, using the bibliography.bib ni. Okay, before that, okay, you pergi dekat bawah sekali ni, dekat template ni. Okay, so saya nak you copy yang 362 ni sampai dekat sini. This is just an example lah. Right click, copy. Okay, and then paste sebelum end document. Okay, before end document, paste. Okay, so make sure that dekat sini tulis bibliography, dekat sini tulis bibliography. Okay, perkataan yang sama. Okay, how to do a citation? Okay, first, okay, you boleh pergi dekat Google Scholar. Okay, cari you punya resource, okay, at the Google Scholar. Okay, contoh, okay, you nak cari pasal, okay, online learning, katalah online learning. Okay, so ada paper yang you nak refer, for example this paper. Okay, foundation and trend in machine learning, this is the paper that you want to refer. So how to do that? Okay, you go to this symbol, the quotation mark symbol. Okay, klik dekat sini and then choose bib text. Okay, saya nak you copy semua ni. Right click, copy. Okay, so pergi dekat bibliography and then paste. Okay, so you kena ingat ni nama dia, Shalif 2011 online. Kalau you tak nak nama dia, you nak pendekkan nama dia pun tak ada masalah. So let's say you bank online ni ke, okay. Kalau nak semua ni pun tak ada masalah, okay. So how to cite, okay, in your overleaf, okay. For example here, let's say you nak tulis according to, you nak cite ni. Okay, so tadi ada nama tadi kan dekat bibliografi ni, Shalif ni. Okay, so recompile. Okay, and then automatically kalau you pergi dekat sini, dia akan keluar macam ni. According to Shalif Schwartz et al. 2011. And then kalau you pergi dekat bawah, okay, reference tu automatically dia akan tulis dekat sini. Okay, so you don't have to write the references. Okay, cuma when you write a reference, okay, yang ni saya tak ajar lagi dekat dalam literature review lah. According to, kalau dia macam contohnya according to Shalif ni, okay, bila you nak buat citation dekat yang, kalau dia dekat tengah-tengah ayat, kita tak boleh letak dia dalam bracket. Okay, kita kena letak dia backslash, okay, cite, tulis A, capital A. Recompile. Okay, so dia akan tulis according to Shalif Schwartz et al. 2011. Okay, and then kita pakai yang ada kurungan tu bila ayat kita yang di penghujung. Okay, let's say depression is a major problem. Okay, and then you nak cite dia, okay, this statement. Okay, kalau dekat hujung, then you boleh terus, you tak payah pakai cite A ni. Okay. So dia akan tulis macam ni lah. Okay. So this is how you are going to write your research proposal. Okay. So saya nak nanti, okay, you try to write your background of study first. Okay, background of study, your problem statement, okay, in your LaTeX. Okay, and then you boleh adjust dekat sini. Saya nak you adjust this one. Okay, your supervisor name. Okay, dekat sini by default saya letak Jamila Osman lah. Okay, dekat line 97 ni. Tapi you nanti you letak nama you punya supervisor. Okay, and then you letak the members. Okay, name and the matrix number of your group members. Okay, yang ni pun sama, group members nanti ubah. Okay, so far yang tu saja dululah. Okay, so for this week saya nak this section, okay, dah ada background of study dengan problem statement. Okay, try to write, terus tulis dia dalam LaTeX. Okay, so I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much.